Hello,
It's Sarah,
it's Colleen.
and it's Unearthly.
Welcome to It's Unearthly Podcast. So today we're going to, what are we doing, Sarah?
We are going to have an interview with the lighthouse manager, the lighthouse, the most haunted one in St. Augustine.
St. Augustine Lighthouse, yeah. We're going to call her here in just a little bit. We're rooting for a great interview and some good questions to ask her because we got questions.
As we all know, listeners, we did do that first episode with the facts of the lighthouse. So if you need to follow up, go back and review that. Perfect. So this is the details that we've been anxiously waiting for to give to our listeners.
So let's go ahead and give her a call. I'm so excited. It's been so long since we got somebody. Yay. All right, y'all. Sit tight.
Thank you for calling the St. Augustine Lighthouse and Maritime Museum. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time.
Please hold a moment. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourselves?
Very good.
Good.
Thank you.
So, can I just start off with a question?
We're so anxious. Welcome to It's Unearthly Podcast. Right? Just go ahead, Sarah.
So, being the lighthouse, the most haunted lighthouse in America, what drew you to want to work there?
So honestly, I always laugh when people ask me that question. It had nothing to do with the paranormal initially. It was I needed a job, and I had a friend who worked here. So I kind of had the in with her, and then I found out that they did ghost tours, and I kind of just stayed. I had seen the Ghost Hunters episode from the lighthouse, but didn't really think, and had been on ghost tours here, but hadn't really thought anything about it when applying for the job.
Right.
And then just kind of stuck with it and fell in love with the ghost tours and stuff like that.
It has to be fun. I mean, I would love to be there just because of being unearthly and the paranormal. You come across so many different spirits.
Well, kudos to you for not, being brave. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people will not be, what do you mean it's haunted? No, we're good.
I always say that there's nothing here that I feel like it's going to hurt me. I feel
Right.
like if I thought there was, it would
Right.
be a different thing entirely, but...
Yeah. Sarah and I did the ghost hunt, the ghost tour, and I didn't feel malicious stuff at all.
No, not at all.
Playful.
Yeah.
Playful.
A lot of those children.
Yeah, they're definitely playful.
Yeah. Should I tell her about the shoelace? Well, you probably heard it if you listened to the podcast, but yeah, I asked if I can bring my spirit box, went out to the Jeep and went to walk up your steps, and both my shoes were undone. Both of them.
Yeah, those were probably our girls.
Yeah.
They like to mess with shoelaces.
Not just one shoe, both shoes. Wild. Okay,
So I had a question with the lighthouse being for how old it is, right? How many light keepers do the lighthouse have that you have on record?
Oh, yeah, that is a good question. I don't know the exact number. So historically, at any one time, we had 3 lighthouse keepers working.
Okay.
So we had a head lighthouse keeper, an assistant keeper, a second assistant keeper that would work in shifts. And that second and third keepers, those would quite often rotate. So I would say head keepers, minimum 15, 20 keepers.
Wow.
Throughout the time of the lighthouse, and then multiple more assistant keepers.
Wow.
Wow. I know that when we walked up to the lighthouse, we heard a man's voice. We said,
I heard a woman too.
"Are you the keeper?" And he goes, "Yes, I am."
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was inside at the bottom.
That in the lighthouse, we have our shadow figure, who we think is a former lighthouse keeper. We just don't know which one.
Right.
So there's a good chance that was probably who is in the lighthouse telling you he's a keeper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I said he was rooting Colleen on, and you heard in the podcast, I'm like, it's leg day, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm
He
going
was
to
right
die.
next to her.
It's leg day for them every day as a keeper.
Right. Definitely, the shins are definitely in shape.
Yeah. Yep.
So, any stories or encounters that you would like to share with us with your own experiences working at the lighthouse?
Oh, I have got tons. The very first experience that I had was about a month into working at the lighthouse. I was standing in the back of a group, still in training, so still kind of getting comfortable with all of the stories and everything. And I'm standing there, and I feel a finger go up the back of my neck.
Wow.
And it was very clearly like a finger. It wasn't like my hair. It wasn't a bug. It was just very clearly a finger
Wow.
going up the back of my neck.
Oh, goosebumps.
Yeah, me too. Ooh. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you feel they're more active during a full moon or weather change or holidays?
So that's what's so interesting, is that it's really not.
Okay.
So on the days like with a full moon, when you think there's going to be so much activity, we don't get so much activity.
That's interesting.
We used to do special tours on like the anniversaries of deaths or birthdays, thinking that would get a lot of activity, and it didn't always.
Right.
We all kind of joke that we're on their schedule, they're not on ours, so we can never like predict
Right.
when they're actually going to be active or not.
Right. And do you feel has any followed you home?
Sorry, cut off. What was that?
Do you feel that like any of them followed you home? Have you had any experiences at home? You know?
No, I haven't felt anything at home.
Okay.
But I also, like, it's one of those things that I tell, like, little kids when they come on the tours, if they're scared, turn around at the gate and say, bye, ghosts, please don't follow me home.
I love that.
Exactly. Yep.
So it's kind of one of those things that they like where I feel like they like that they're here. They like staying here, so they don't always follow up.
That's good. You give them a good experience. That's awesome. I love that.
So, a quick question. You know, you with the tours, and you already know that what spirits are there. I mean, you know who's there. Have you, being so close to the ocean, I believe like people that have passed away in shipwrecks, right? You know, water could be a source of energy, and there's the lighthouse. Has anyone encountered a different spirit coming onto the property?
Yes. So we've been told by like mediums that we have about 14 ghosts that we have here on a regular basis. We talk about basically about half of them that we know of. But we've also had encounters where people have come in and they've been like, there's like a more modern ghost who passed away, and they've come to the lighthouse, and then they'll come and go. So we do have that experience where people say they're kind of drawn to the lighthouse.
Yeah, that's a great question, Sarah, by the way. I love that.
I always thought, like, if, you know, you're a ship life person, you're on a boat, I mean, that's the first thing
The
to look
lighthouse,
for is
yeah.
the lighthouse.
Yeah. Very cool.
One of your coworkers, your team members, right? Did they, like, come up to you one day and say, hey, this lady said that she brought a opal heart and she left it in the basement?
An opal heart?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
When we came for the Dark Side of the Moon tour, it was in our episode, the first part of the Lighthouse. Colleen, the night before, someone told her to buy this opal heart for a girl, And she's telling me, and I'm like, what girl? She goes, I don't know who I'm supposed to leave it for, but it's for some girl.
Yeah, so some of your coworkers may know where it's at. I've let them know that it's down in the basement.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's left for her.
I am surprised that it hasn't, like,
right?
come up yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our tour guide, she was outside with the whole group, and I felt really, really bad for her, honestly, because she seemed very upset. She's like, "This is where I'm going to leave you because I don't go down in the basement for things that happen down there."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever reported any, like, she said there's, like, groping and stuff that happened in that basement from some spirit. Has anything else happened?
So Peter is in the basement, and he's been known to, like, stroke people's hair, and he's knocked hats off of people's heads. I was down there with a coworker, and she started singing the song that we learned in elementary school, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. Mm-hmm. And then I started to she asked Peter if he wanted to sing along, and I started to feel a pressure on my head.
Oh, wow.
Like someone was touching my head, and then pressure on my shoulders. And that was the point where I was like, okay, I'm good. I didn't need someone grabbing my leg or my feet.
Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, back away, Peter. Wow. So, I can't think of any questions right now.
When we ask you the question, like, does anyone follow you home? I know there's 3 or 4 children there, correct?
Yeah. 3.
Okay. One of them, Emily, I want to say?
Mary, Eliza, and then we think the third little girl was Ellie.
Ellie, okay.
Yeah, we picked up on a different,
Ellie seemed to, like, when we first were in the basement, I think the heart was for her, because she kind of followed us out. Like, she kind of, like, hung on to us, kind of like a motherly figure to her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She seemed very, like, timid.
Definitely on the coat skirts there.
Yes, absolutely. We were getting so much active. After the whole tour, they said we can go on our, whatever we'd like to do. And when we went into the wooded areas right there with this spirit box, I mean, it lit up.
Oh, they were all trying to come through. Like, all voices over voices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, definitely the shift as well.
Yeah, the girls are definitely probably our most active, and they definitely pick people that they kind of connect with, whether that's teachers or nurses or mothers or just usually women that they kind of gravitate to.
Yeah, they know goodness too. Yeah, they know.
Is there in the Lightkeeper's house, I remember in the tour they were talking about some of the furniture. Is there a particular piece of furniture that has more bizarre moments around?
So there's the antique rocking chair that's in there that Major Harn tends to like. None of the furniture, and Major Harn was one of our lighthouse keepers. There's no furniture in the house that is original to the house, but it's all kind of time period appropriate, so it's what kind of would have been in there, and he has a tendency to start rocking that chair.
Oh, wow. Girl, we got to come back there. Because now talking with you, I might we should do this and we should do that and get over there and do that.
Yeah, it's hard, like, when you, after the fact, are learning about some of the other things that happen that we may not talk about on the tour, and you're like, now I need to go back.
Now we definitely, Sarah, we need to go back. Yeah, we may do that. Actually, we may do that here in the near future.
Absolutely. St. Augustine
we'll be here.
There's so much
St.
history.
Augustine is, I want to live there. I just love St. Augustine. I do. I always love St. Augustine since I moved down here.
I'm just fascinated every time we go back, either with our team or if we go with family or something. Like me and my husband just went over to the Fountain of Youth Park, and it's like different energies wherever you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So, any stories from coworkers
that you want to share with us? Yeah.
I mean, I've got a bunch. I've been here 9 years, so I've got tons myself. So I have been locked in the lighthouse.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
Like deadbolt of the door thrown. Everybody who had keys was in the lighthouse with me.
Oh.
So I had to send a coworker out of a side window to unlock the door.
Oh my.
Side window. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was an interesting one. Actually, the anniversary of that event is coming up soon. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember it was in March.
Oh boy.
'Cause it was around spring break.
Oh boy.
Half the crew stay outside.
Yeah, we started
And on the
propping
first
open
floor.
that door. Yeah, we started propping open the front door because there was a period of about a month where every night we had a tour, someone was getting locked in the lighthouse.
Wow.
So it was like a game to the spirit.
Yeah.
Like, look who's out today.
Yeah. And then I have heard singing, like children singing in the nature trails. I have heard footsteps following me around the grounds. I have heard voices following me up the lighthouse stairs. I've seen full-bodied figures on a couple of different occasions in the front lawn of the keeper's house. Even over by the gift shop, I've seen full figures that I thought were members of the tour that were there 1 second and then gone the next.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah. So I found footprints, wet, dusty footprints on the landings of the lighthouse when no one's been in the lighthouse. So quite a lot has happened.
That sounds like a really fun, fantastic job.
You were thrown. When were you thrown? Was that in the lighthouse?
Yes. So they've been in the lighthouse. People have even seen them in the courtyard and in the keeper's house.
Wow.
So they kind of appear all over.
Wow.
That's crazy. I mean, like, even before we started the tour, when you went back to the Jeep, like, the spirit box turned on and it was lighting up in the parking lot.
Oh, and the EMF reader was going off, and nobody touched it. I was like, I didn't touch
I was like,
it.
we're at the right spot.
She's like, why is that going off? I'm like, I don't know. We're at St. Augustine. Yeah, that was wild. Now I take all my equipment. I take out the batteries. We're putting them away.
Oh, yeah.
Have
absolutely.
you had anybody there have any, like, technical difficulties, like batteries dying out of nowhere?
All the time.
Yep. They
Yeah.
suck up that energy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely suck up that energy.
Yeah, I remember our phone. Your phone or my phone?
My phone went from, like, 89 down to 20, like, in a split second.
Her phone's always doing that. But now she's got a new phone,
Yeah.
which we haven't. Well, we went on investigating with that. Yeah.
It takes a second longer, but it still doesn't.
Yeah. So, any fun facts you want to share with us about the lighthouse? I know there's so much.
There's so much. One of my favorite facts is actually that it's not anything to do with the paranormal,
Okay.
but it's kind of an interesting little tidbit that before as the lighthouse was being built, all of the steelwork came from Pennsylvania. So in order to bring it down to St. Augustine, they had to put it on ships. So they actually built the steelwork all in Pennsylvania and then took it apart and put it back together down in St. Augustine.
Wow.
So technically the lighthouse has been built twice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, technically.
Wow. That's interesting. I did not know that.
That's some labor work.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I like that, though. I never knew that. That's awesome.
So, being in Florida with its, bipolar weather,
Right?
Yep.
obviously, I mean, just like especially the lighthouse, like when we're getting like those hurricanes and whatnot coming in, have you guys had some major events that's happened with these storms?
So thankfully, knock on wood,
Right.
we've been pretty lucky with hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the town, if we have to evacuate, we'll shut down, we'll board up. We have it pretty much down to a science at this point. Entire staff pitches in to like close up the site, and we haven't sustained much damage.
Mm-hmm.
Worse, usually, again, knock on wood, has been like some windows broken in the tower, and that's a lot because some of them we can't board up.
Oh, wow.
So they just get bombarded by the wind, but no real major damage.
That's
Thankfully.
good. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I always like pray. Oh, I hope St. Augustine's okay.
I'm like, please, it's got so much old history. Don't do anything to it, please.
Right? Oh, boy.
So I really do appreciate you taking your time to talk
Sammy,
with us.
you're awesome.
Of course.
Oh, my
Yes.
gosh.
I'm happy to help.
We've been trying to get with somebody for, golly, months. then we
Yeah,
stopped.
I'm
then
sorry
we're like,
it's
oh.
taken so long.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
We're just trying to give our listeners, like, we've heard the first one is more about the facts. We just, the authentic feel of the whole
and our
investigation
experience
and our
from
experiences.
from the tour. Girls were amazing. On the
Absolutely.
tour. Yeah, it was like, that was like the best tour.
It was.
They were very good and
Oh,
very
good. I'm
informative.
glad to hear that.
Yeah, and very, very informative.
I'm sorry, if I was going to be a tour guide, my face, you could see everything on my face. I'd be cracking up watching some of these expressions. Like, just keep your composure. Keep it.
And Sarah and I go on a lot of tours.
There's definitely been some days when that's been hard for me, especially like if there's kids on the tour and they start like yelling out or whatever, then it gets hard.
Yeah.
Or if you ask, so one of the groups one of the stories I used to ask, like, so what war started in the 1860s, talking about the Civil War, and I had to stop doing that because some of the answers I got made me bust out laughing, and it like threw off the entire tour.
From children or adults?
Both.
Both. Some of the adults were the better answers. And so, I just had to stop asking that question.
That's too funny.
Just for ease of continuing the tour.
Yeah. Very good.
So is there any new tours launches possibly going to be coming down the funnel soon?
The funnel.
So we have our ghost tours every Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We've got investigation-only tours, which are just investigating the site. We do those once or twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
So those are for the more, like, investigators. If you've already been on this, you already know some of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I always recommend that if you're ever
Yep.
back in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We would love it.
And
We'll
then-
get our crew. Come
Yes.
on.
There you go. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Awesome.
You already have enough adventure spirits there, so it's just a party all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, again, Sammy, thank you so much. I
Yeah,
really
Sammy,
do
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. We do appreciate you.
Of course. Thanks for letting me come on.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
absolutely.
you.
Thank you. And we're glad you're feeling so much better.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
that's right. It was just your birthday, right?
Yes. Yep.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Thank you. Great memory. Yeah. So,
Well, yep. If you want to jot our names down for like the investigation part, I'm all into it.
yeah.
Let's go.
What kind of question is that? That's a silly question. All right, Sammy. Well, you take care. We're going to wrap this up, and you'll be hearing from us again.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
That was absolutely amazing.
She's a cool chick.
Yes, she is. I
what
want to work there. Oh my god.
Well, they might be hiring. I think they were hiring.
Well, you did say I could be a tour guide.
You should be a tour guide. I don't know if they could handle me.
But our energy, can you imagine what the spirits would be doing?
No, every day.
Oh,
Every day and night. Yeah. I would have to wear slip-on shoes. No shoelaces.
no shoelaces. Watch. They'll figure out Velcro.
They may.
They may.
I don't know. Was Velcro back then?
I don't know.
But I think it was built.
Something
made back
fascinating
then.
for them to figure out.
This is true. Wow. I'm so glad that we finally got, somebody to interview.
I'm so excited. I mean, we already knew about some stories, but wow.
Yeah.
What she was saying. Can you imagine you being locked in the lighthouse?
See, that's where I'm saying. Do you really want to work there?
I mean, they're not malicious.
I might lose my shit. You
So I
locking
said,
me in here
somebody
every
stay
day.
outside. And if Peter wants to come around, today is not the day, Peter. I'm stuck in the lighthouse.
No touchy, Peter.
No touchy.
We're so silly.
Aw. But the girls would keep us company.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, this was good. I'm glad we
did this.
Yeah.
And guys, I think another episode will be coming out since, she kind of lent out the olive branch about doing personal investigations.
I would love that. Girl.
That would be awesome.
I would. But we get our crew. We can do it.
We can do it.
We're going to make some phone calls.
So if any of our listeners are listening to this today, reach out. It's @ɪᴛᴇ@gmail.com. You're on our Instagram. You can DM us.
Yep.
Also, our phone number.
Yeah.
It's all on Rumble. It's on YouTube. It is on Facebook, Instagram. Phone number is 1-407-216-4343. Call us, text us.
Yep.
Beep us. Call you if you need us, kind of thing. Hey,
Yeah. If you need us to investigate
you got something going on.
Yeah, your work, your home.
Who are you gonna call?
Yeah. Yep.
The Unearthly Sisters.
We can also do and we can also do blessings.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All righty. Well, let's wrap this up. And
as guys, you were blown away as we are today.
yeah,
It's absolutely amazing. And thank you again, Sammy. You are awesome.
whoop whoop, Sammy.
Yep. And we're gonna catch you guys on the flip side. And we're signing out now.
Right.
Keep it unearthly.
Yep. All right, y'all. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.